live. We are live and we are YouTubing. And the news just broke from Nationwide Online that let me see what them say now that Lawrence Rowe has been his life is under threat or something to that effect. I think that is it. I don't want me to it just opening now. Well, we're not able to see it on this actually. I'm not able to see it on this. But I think that's what it's about. Good night, everyone. Good night, everybody. Everybody all right? Let's see if we can have a little fun again tonight now. Anybody up for some fun? Is anybody up for some real good political fun? Yeah? I mean, we at time for us to have a little good fun. People are calling me. So, let me go that now. Good night, good night, good night. Okay, good night, darling. Good night, Chris, my brother. You know how you doing, Papa? How you doing, Chris? Yeah, let us go YouTubing. Let us go YouTubing because we have lots of things to talk about. Jacqueline, good night, sweetheart. Up and ready, yeah? We are, just set up. We're gonna have some fun tonight. I think that you're doing great. I think that we should have some fun tonight. Anybody offer some fun? I mean, the matters that we are going to discuss are serious matters, but we should have some fun doing that. So I understand that Lawrence, who has been threatened, his life is in grave danger. Well, his life is in danger. If I could borrow some words from a few good men with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson and Tom, I read back the thing to him. He said his life was in danger. As a matter of fact, I said grave danger, and Jack said, is there any other kind? So, baby Lawrence, life is in grave danger. But here's what I think about that. Since that is a breaking news, and let me just drop my two cents into that. If Lawrence Rowe's life is in danger, he should go to the police. I imagine that he has or will go to the police. And if the thing about it, I remember when this whole heap of argument was going around about a whole heap of tape that was available to a whole heap of people when Ambassador Peter King died. When Ambassador Peter King, the gruesome way which he died, he was a whole heap of careless boy up in the yard all the time, engaging in them fun. And he got, killed by one of, or maybe more of his trigger them that him pick up. And I remember that there were quite a few people going around talking about them have tape. And who have tape, and who have this, and who have that, and everybody have something. And I also remember that a very good friend of our community was among one of those who talked about him have tape, and him have the real tape, and him have the tape, and him go around and tell people how much tape him have. Until one night them tape up him neck. Now him apartment. And he's no more. Now that's a very gruesome story to start tonight with if we're going to have fun. But I start that because of the breaking news with Lawrence. Because if Lawrence Rowe's life is in danger, I am left to surmise that he has been saying him have things that he can put out. And him been telling people that him have things, and him have the goods, and him have the evidence, and him have the voice notes, and him have the text messages, and him have the email, and him have the recordings. And I mean, if you have them, just put them out. Your life would be all right if you just put them out. But holding on to them and telling people that you have them create a situation where your life indeed could be in grave danger. And I'm saying this with all accepting the fact that nobody's life should be in danger for wanting to speak the truth and expose nastiness in a this year Rise United running the People's National Party with Dayton Campbell and Mark Golding and Peter Bunting and Angela Bromberg. Nobody's life should be in danger. But that is the situation. So I am not giving Lawrence Rowe any advice. As a matter of fact, I might be or may be the only blogger who have not spoken to him personally. So I'm not giving him any advice. I'm just saying that it makes sense that if you have information that put this thing at rest, if you have the goods to say that they offered you $15 million to go away, if you have the goods to say that this is what the relationship was between you and Mark and you and Dayton and you and Bunting, put it out. Put it out there. Let's all see, let's all look at it, and then your life would not be in any grave danger. But as long as you out there talking about all that you have and all that you're going to do and insinuating and having bloggers and other people saying that you have it, boss man, that don't help your case. That don't help your case. Because even if you have something and you say you have it, at least come on social media, come say you have it and talk about it. But quietly telling people that you have it and quietly talking about it, put your life in grave danger. So, the first responsibility of your life not being in grave danger is to you, Lawrence Rowe. That's your first responsibility. I would just want to start with that, get that out of the way. That's my 2 cents. That is how I think it is. That is how it should be done. And that is that. But what a heap of news we have. I don't even know if I can go through all of them news here. So I'm just going to just talk and see how it pans out. Last week, I had no notes. Last week, I had nothing in terms of everything that I want to talk about got thrown out because of the whole breaking of the Lawrence Rowe situation. And while we're still in limbo with the Lawrence Rowe situation, there are more situations. There is Suck Your Mother, there is People Mad, Insane, there is all kinds of things going on. And I want to start officially with this. I still want to start with the Lawrence Rowe issue, but that wasn't it. I watched portions of the presentation of Mr. McGregor in Central Kingston, portions of it. Wishy-washy something. Most of the people there were not from Central Kingston. I just want to make that clear. Because everywhere Mark go in bossing people to make him look like him have a whole heap of people follow him. And that is a nonsensical political move. Because if you're going into an area and the people in the area are supposed to be greeting you, and you have a small contingent of advisors and drivers and people. But anyway, I'm going with a whole heap of people, remember. So all the people there were South St. Andrew, Southwest St. Andrew, people like that from all over the place, even as far as Clarendon and St. Catherine, Portmore too. And with all those people there are a couple of things that struck me about the presentation of Mr. McGregor. And the first thing that struck me was Imani Duncan Price and Charmian Daniels. Imani, the former candidate, former chairman of the constituency. And Charmian Daniels, a self-professed Christian woman who sends out prayer and meditation to everybody daily. And both these women behaved disgracefully at that presentation. At the time when Central Kingston needed people with compassion to stand up and say what the truth is, and do a little victory lap in a sensitive way, but show compassion. I expected compassion from Charmian Daniels, and it was not there. The gloating, the loathing, the celebration of the demise of a young man, and the destruction, the public lynching of this young man was a celebration for a woman that says she's a woman of God. And me, I am not a woman of God as much as she is. Me not send out the Bible verse to nobody. Me not send no prayer to nobody. And me alone and God and my prayer. Me not introducing nobody to nothing like that. Me not introduce nobody to Jesus. Me not introduce nobody to God. Everybody must go find God them on them own. God make you go find him. But this is Shami and Daniels. And everybody in the region 3 know what a glorified, pontificated Christian woman she is. And she took that podium and stood in front of that microphone and gloat and celebrate the public lynching of a fellow comrade who has done terrible things. And I understand that not many people can do what I do. Chide him for the terrible things that he has done, but still have some compassion. And my compassion is not fake. My compassion is that him is a wicked and terrible young person who has spent his young life doing a whole bunch of wicked and terrible things, but he was not deserving of the way that this was done. He was not deserving of this. And it could have been avoided had they not given it to him in the first place in terms of paying him for what he did for them. And if Shami and Daniels could have recognized that as a Christian woman and back it up a little bit, the sniding and the hatred and the outright loathing of him publicly, adding on and piling on the massacre, the lynching, the beating, the cowing down of Lawrence Rowe. And maybe at some point in our history, we might all agree that he was deserving of it because of what he did. Come on, people commit murder, people kill women. Dayton Campbell is a pedophile, sleeping underage picnic. I mean, none of them now publicly lynch him. None of them now publicly lynch him. The whole of them are quietly whisper about it because they know. Not only now publicly chide him. Everything time him open him out, the whole of them say, yeah. I don't know, the general secretary meet, and the general secretary meet with us, and the general secretary this. No. It's a quiet back door in our whole little group on the laugh after him. And talk about him frill mouth. And then walk and cock up like a little girl. I know you can just look at him, so I want to say, you can just look at him and just know him is a nasty, frill mouth, freffer boy. Country boy with a, you can't just, not having any beef against country boys. Country boys are good, but him is a disgrace to country boy. And all I want to whisper and side and snide remarks and laughing and moan and groan and whinge and whine about it. Boy, look at how my man the party gone to. All him, look at the boy. You think say him could have been General Secretary of the PG? You think say him could have been a candidate on the PG? You think say Michael Mann would have the all I want to do it? But no, publicly lynch him. But when come out and publicly lynch Lawrence Rowe, who did what he was asked and paid to do by the same people when the whole of us stand up on platform and lynch him with Imani Duncan Price. Now, I don't even know what to make of Imani's presence there. First of all, that was shocking to me, and I don't even know. I go back to my old self. I said, I don't even know why am I shocked. Why am I shocked? It's power and revenge and, and getting on this. That effort, you remember when he do to me, I go there. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that. I'm going to show him, say, him lose and me win, and with the winning side. One-upmanship, bad behavior, I behave like she don't go good. I mean, no grace go good. Me not talk about her going good with DK. Me know Grace, her mother, go good. But yet she come after these very same people, the Mark Golding, the Dayton Campbell, the Angela Brownberg, the Peter Bunting, all of them combined together to tear down the PNP, to deny Peter Phillips a chance of being Prime Minister of Jamaica. All of them came together, and she was a target by them in the year 2020 in that election, what Lawrence Rowe did in the 2020 elections. was on their instructions, and she felt comfortable to go stand up on a platform with these very same men celebrating the lynching, the public lynching of Lawrence Rowe. Not an ounce of compassion. Not an ounce of compassion from Shami and the Christian woman. Not an ounce of compassion, political compassion from Imani Donkey. I never heard one of them said, yes, this is politics, and we Central Kings have come a long way. A lot of bad blood was spilled, but some of it got a bridge. Let us see if we can come together. Let us reach out to Comrade Rowe. No! Everybody took the opportunity to pile on. Let's lynch him. Let's lick him down. Him down upon the ground, I could kick him. Him turn over, I could kick him over the next side. When them cock up, I could draw him foot. That is what they were doing. Imani and Shami display at that present. As I lie down here on my bed, looking at the thing, I tell you, tears came to my eyes. I said, no, sir. And the PNP this? No, Baba. There's something not right with this. When Dr. Warren Blake lost to Andrew Oldis in this constituency, and Patrick Roberts came on the scene, I was so want Patrick Roberts. PJ did not interfere with the process until the PJ stayed out from the process until the very last minute. The process was handled by Peter Phillips. Portia was involved, Bobby Pickersgill, all of the first tier and second tier and third tier regional people, party people, all of those people handled the matter until a decision was made. And when the decision was made to replace Dr. Blake with Patrick Roberts, the process went somewhat like this. First, Portia met with the executive, with Dr. Blake on it. Then Portia met with Dr. Blake only. Then Peter Phillips met with the executive. Then Peter Phillips met with Dr. Blake. And God knows who else met with Dr. Blake, including Bobby Pickersgill and other people. Everybody was meeting with Dr. Blake to make him comfortable, because the party have already now taken this decision, which they have not announced to we yet. But I was constituency, I was something like constituency executive, so I knew all of that. And they met with Dr. Blake, and they told Dr. Blake that we're going to go with Patrick. And they had nice discussions with Dr. Blake to bring down the temperature, so that his supporters, even though it took them a couple of days before them jump on the train, them get a chance to grieve about it. Nobody ever beat them up. We all joined together after that. And then we went to the NEC meeting at St. Mary High School. And before Patrick never come to the NEC meeting. Yeah, he came, but late. But the party found out from Dr. Blake whether he want to be present or not. Compassion. That is how PNP do things. But this is not PNP. So them find out from Dr. Blake if he wants to be present, and he chose to be present. And PJ made his announcement, starting off with accolades to Dr. Blake. Bigging up Dr. Blake, asking him not to go anywhere, because we want to have him to do things. And announced Patrick. You know what the NEC did? Did a little clapping for Patrick, and then everybody attacked to Dr. Blake. Everybody attacked to Dr. Blake. Everybody want Dr. Blake to come sit down for them table to eat that day. Compassion, the PNP way. But no, Mark Bolin and Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting, who hired Lawrence Rowe to do their dirty work, knowing full well that him not up to scratch to be the member of parliament for Michael Manley's seat. But them give him anyway, you could go on. And Steve McGregor, him bust it out. So we thank Lawrence Rowe for holding the seat for me. That face a little piece of shit, me never my baby. But thank Lawrence Rowe for holding the seat for me. Huh? And yes, he might have called Lawrence Rowe, and yes, he might have spoken to Lawrence Rowe. But this is a public face, isn't it? This is what you're saying in public. This is what people are going to run with. This is what people are going to see. This is what people are going to hear. The private conversation you're going to have with him don't mean nothing. Why not the public space is what, the perception. It's politics. There's no truth and no right now wrong. It's just a perception of what is according to whatever rose-colored glasses everybody looking at it through. Thank Lawrence. Keep the seat for me. This damn face the piece of crap. But I thank Lawrence to keep the seat for him. Him who did not face the delegates of Central Kingston. Him who had not faced the people of Central Kingston for them to say yeah or nay. And the pedophile general secretary can't say with surety what process they used that would guide them to say that this man have a winning chance. Him couldn't say that neither, because them do nothing. Them do not pull, them do nothing. Them just have Lawrence hold the seat for Steve because Steve is a bigger piece of crap than Lawrence is. And them want the biggest crap to represent the people of Central Kingston. But these two women, Charmaine Daniels and Imani Duncan Price, had an opportunity to cap that thing that night, to back it up a little bit, to reverse a little bit, and display leadership and compassion. One, a devout Christian. The other, a DK Duncan daughter. Couldn't find it in them heart to extend compassion. They were gloating and celebrating, and the minions them that support them gloating and celebrating with them. We have an election to run, and in one of the video live stream, somebody in the background was heard saying, when Mark introduced Steve McGregor or something like that, being next MP, somebody who is there clearly in support and who's a rise and supporting the party, everything, just hear somebody in the background say, him now win. Just like that. Go on the street, I don't know which, I don't know if it's BOJ TV or film live stream, but somebody in the background say, him now win. Go on listen to it. I'm sure somebody said it. Say him now win. And these two ladies could not find themselves in a position to say, let us show some compassion to him. Let us not be like him. But we couldn't be like him. We wasn't like him. We did worse than him. We worse than him. Much worse than him. Because I said, if you come on social media, come call up my name. This is social media, you can call up my name anytime you want. Say any crap you want, it's neither here nor there. You have a right, it's your page, you can write anything on it. It's your channel, you can say any damn thing on it. Now me pick my fights then. I mean, I'll go to jump with everybody that have something bad to say about me. For Christ's sake. Social media, all kind of people have all kind of bad things to say about all kind of people. You can't pick it up. So I feel that is my responsibility, not to the social media world or even the people that watches and listens and follow what I do and say, but mostly to myself and the children that I raise and the family, or whatever they are, to say I am rising above that. I'm not engaging in that. And I'm not a devout Christian woman. I'm a member of the Church of England. I'm an Anglican. But I'm not sending out Bible verses to people. But the counsel for the Almontown division, Charmaine Daniels, is a Bible-thumping Christian. Christian to the core. Every aspect of that whole Christian thing, she got it. And she couldn't find that compassion. I don't know how she couldn't find it, and then now she still has to know Bible verses to people. I'm disappointed, because I counted Charmaine in Region 3. Charmaine is counted among my 5 friends in Region 3. I mean, I think we have more 5 friends in a Region 3. We're for political people and comrades, but no, when you use the word friend, I counted Charmaine as one of the 5. I don't know if I can do that anymore. I don't. Because one would like to think that if you have friends, you and your friends must be able to mesh on something and agree on something. If you can't agree on politics, and you can't agree on religion, and you can't agree on sexual behavior, and you can't agree on something, you must can agree on compassion. You must can agree on some moral, thing. You must can agree on that. What's the purpose of having a friendship if we can't agree on that? So she a boast, and them a make nights, and I go on about it. And then the Steve McGregor him believe that all is dandy and shandy. These are the men who did what they did to gain power in the PNP. And then, them bring in a man, then put Lawrence Rowe in the seat, give him the seat and say, go and hold it for it. But they never tell him that. Them say, I feel, you pay me that because that's what we agree on. And then this man came on the scene and him saying, thank Lawrence Rowe for holding the seat for him. So them tell him, say, Lawrence only hold the seat, but tell Lawrence, say, your seat. This is your reward. And then the man don't want to leave country. Don't sick in our head. Those are the people who want to lead this country. Think about that. Yeah? Mark Twain once said that it's harder, it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they are being fooled. And boy, was Mark Twain right. It is easier to fool people than to convince them that they are being fooled. The Jamaican people are being fooled by Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting, that crew. But Jamaican people probably don't even want to hear that they are being fooled. They'd rather to be fooled because Mark can fool them, Dayton Campbell can fool them to say that we're going to do for agriculture. And we're going to build all kinds of things in agriculture. And they will probably see that as a genuine promise. Not recognizing that is a lie just to get elected. It's a lie just for you to elect him. So I'm telling him I'm going to do something and you get fooled. And we out here trying to educate you to make you understand that you are being fooled. But that is hard. Mark Twain says so. It is hard. It is easier for you to be fooled than for us to convince you that you are being fooled. Steve McGregor, Lawrence, I thank Lawrence to hold the seat for him. Out of order, I'm out of order. And if Lawrence sit down and talk to him, Lawrence is an idiot. Because I wouldn't hold a conversation with him. At all. Just for that, I would hold a conversation with him. And who them sit down and then plan and then do things and then go out with that kind of shit. And then, so there was that presentation. Now the presentation in Southwest St. Anne is something that I thought about long and hard as to whether I am going to say something on it. What are you saying, darling? I didn't see you. Okay, all right then. I thought long and hard about the Southwest St. Anne presentation with all the excitement about suck your mother and all of that kind of thing. I hope this is all right for YouTube. And why I'm going to be honest with you, because I can't be anything but honest with you. Danai Williams is my brethren. Bona fide brethren. Now tell her that. Danai Williams is my brethren. Danishka Williams' daughter is his prized possession. My wallet more pitney. But from the moment Danishka was born, she became his prized possession. So she's a daddy's girl. And him, she became his, you know, when you have that one child, you have all your hope in that child. Danishka is that for him. Certainly in the politics. And so for a long time, for ages now, she wants to be in representation politics, and he's propping that up, and he's encouraging that. And he wants her to, achieve her goal. Now, the reason why I never want to say anything on it It's not only because me and my brethren, but because I also know Danishka's mother. And we're coming from far, from PNP headquarters. And I thought about it hard, because if I'm going to say something, I have to say what I truly believe. So here goes. I think that Southwest St. Anne has been in existence since 1959 as a constituency. Always been held by a Gallimore until the PNP won it in 1997. The PNP won that seat in 1997 because 1997, I think, was now PGA's second term, if I'm not mistaken. And we were on a high, and PNP on a roll. It was not hard to win seats like that. So we won it. We lost it in 2002. Then we won it back in 2011. And that can also be explained to be, it was won on Portia's coattail. Portia, 2011 was the big year for the PNP, when Portia took us to victory with 40-something seats. And Southwest St. Anne was in that. I don't think, and I have never thought that ever since the 2016 elections, I changed my view on how I look at some seats. So therefore, I don't utter the words like, him can't win or she can't win. Not doing that. Not doing that. 2016, 2020 has changed my perspective on how people can win seats. Because the Jamaican voters are fickle. They're fickle, they are uninformed, they are ill-informed, and they are being fooled, and they resist to being told that they are being fooled. And so, Southwest St. Anne went back to the JLP, both in 2016 and 2020, Xavier Main. Based on all that I know to be true, and all the numbers that there are to back it up, Danishka would have a very steep climb to win that seat. Very steep. But again I say, one local man beat Wickham McNeil. One next local man beat Luca Buchanan. One local woman named Euphemia Williams did beat PGA too. Anything can happen. Danai is one of them father who push. Is one of them father, you know them daddy way, in charge of everything. Yeah man, that's if you do. Me I gonna do that, you do that. Go along the saw. Stop do that. Do that man, that's if you do. That is how he is. Very involved in his daughter's political career as it unfolds. And so therefore, even in circumstances where him know that he's notorious, and certainly well known, and not all of it is good, he wouldn't think to himself that him being around the campaign could harm her in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it could help or it could harm, depending on which way the wind blowing, depending on where you look at. Maybe it can help in some places where there's a lot of PNP vote. Maybe it will earn with earth where there's some swing votes. We don't know. But he may think that. Him think that the only way she have a chance to win is for him to be there at every juncture, every step of the way, making sure everything will go right. Him never think for an instant that he need to take a back seat and stay in the background and do what he need to do. Because the first thing is, it was made known. Because I mean, she could have been named the candidate and been announced as the candidate without the whole Daniel Williams thing being dragged into it. So she not getting the coverage, her father's getting the coverage, and him sucking up all the energy from where she should be getting the energy. Him don't see it that way, of course. I don't talk to him about it, but we know him not see it that way there. Because of my brethren, we have long conversations all the time, and we disagree on many things. We disagree on the mark thing. Him gonna support Mark. Him never always support Mark, but he put him differences aside like many people did. They put them differences aside. For them differences flimsy and has no merit of loyalty to it. So I'm talking about them about. So them can put them differences aside. Me can't put my differences aside with Mark. He led a coup to destroy Norman Manley Party, of which I was a member for over 40 years. My mother brought me up in it. He led a coup to destroy Norman Manley's party and destroy a party leader, the position which him now have. That is unforgivable. There's no two way about that. There's no putting nothing aside. To go in there, go hug him up. That's not my thing. I know some other people too, but me I speak for myself. So I'm going to join them. And Danishka get the seat and I'm there with Danishka. However, that might not be a wise idea for him to be there, put PP clock up, because every time something happens, it will be his name that is calling first, not hers. And it's her name that should be calling because she's a candidate. So him up front. And then they on the stage recognizing all the people who normally would be in the background of a PNP politics. As I said, I am a brethren. But I mean, that Danishka, everybody recognize that Danai, and then recognize King, who is also one of those who initially never support Mark. Put them differences aside, because we want to win. Yeah, man, we want to win, man. We can deal with Mark. Not saying him say that. That is just a general feeling from everybody else. We want to win, man. Forget about Mark, man. Because when we win, man, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. We just want to win. You don't know what that's about? You don't even understand what that's about? Really? You just want to win? Forget about Mark? Don't forget about Mark. We want to win. What about your families? What about your communities? What about your country? What about loyalty? What about I have a word I'm using from body, now it slipped me. It's a new word. But what about integrity? What about all of that? What about love of country, love of party, love of people? We just want to win? What the hell does that mean? So that is going to big them up. It is a strange thing in PNP politics. Nothing wrong, you know. Nothing wrong with them, man. The man has always been supporting them party. But to have them at center stage is quite an interesting development. And they don't know, they do not know that Mark having them there is just Mark looking for backup. It's just them, the two black man them, and some other man too. But the other man them not as prominent as these two. Just the two black man them are back on Rasa to say them can give him power. And in the process of doing that, the Jamaican people are looking at it and them don't understand that people are watching them. Yeah? Because those are the things that people are quick to look at and talk about. You're in the background and people can say, yeah man, it's kind of PNP man, can get PNP up on money, that man they are back, I support the council on the side, I support the MP there so. But no, they are center stage. Center stage. And I don't know, I really humbly do not know how that's going to play to the Jamaican public. There will be a set of people who that is fine with them, and there will be another set who, I know. Yeah? The nastiness that this group of people, not Skang and I, Mark Golding and him crew, the nastiness that, listen, I'm going to talk some things tonight and I better lock up on the ears, that they have been engaging in for them power. That kind of nastiness. And here we are. And I can't help but wonder, I do, watching what's happening in the world, watching particularly the United States of America, where it's easy to fool people than to convince them that they are being fooled. Easy. Fool them. And when time comes, according to Mark Golden and his crew, when time comes, they're going to build this, they're going to build that, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and nobody, should they be successful in being elected government in this country, the Jamaican voters who would be guilty of that do not have the regular argument to fall back on when them see the real thing for themselves. And that regular argument would be, Jano, you know, some never knows that sort of man they stay. Or Jano, we never hear that about him. We never know that the man them do, or that the man them say, or that did a go on. Who don't want to have that again? That is one argument that has been taken away from you. Because it's easier to fool you than to convince you that you are being fooled. So the people that will fool you, and we are trying to convince you that they fool you, and we don't know if you are here. We can only hope. But you will not have that argument to say you never know. That argument who said, you never know? The man them tell you, them say they're going to tax everything you want to buy from Amazon. The whole of we are shop on Amazon now, they're going to tax that too. So if it was $6,000 for bringing all the bag and the boot or whatever you buy, they're going to add the tax to it, which is a tariff. Them tell you. So if you go vote for them, you can't say you never know because them tell you. And we tell you now so that them say. And if you don't believe we, come Google. We don't love Google because we don't read, we don't Google. Go Google. Google this and Google that. We tell you what they did to get power. We told you, we've been telling you for 4 years. So you will not have that argument to roll back on. Well, I would never know. You know, somebody never knows how them brother has stay. We tell you. So a brethren of mine said to me, Karen, this thing with Lawrence Rowe, it's much more nastier than we think. He said, explain to me, how much more nastier? And I'm going to tell you plainly. Him said it's a batty businessman. That's what him said. So I got to thinking a couple of things. Because I'm running. As a first said, damn nasty. Because everything is that to you. But it got me thinking. And here's what it got me thinking. Peter Bunting set up a company called Rum. And I don't know if the rum means Rise United Movements. I don't know what exactly it means. But it named Rum. And according to them website, the people who running it is Omar Newell, one of them boy, and Lawrence Rowe was the CFO, one of them other boy, and it's Peter Bunting and Mark Golden company. So there is that. I'm just trying to piece things together to see if my brethren have a point about what is happening. And they were going to go back to what Mark said and what Mark did. And they will say if we can put that together and come up with, you know, put 2 and 2 together and say if we can get 5. Now they fired Lawrence Rowe from Rum. But before they fired him, Lawrence Rowe was the guy down a wharf, down a Rum, in charge of one thing. He must CFO, but it's really one thing he was in charge of. Chief Financial Officer with one job. I wasn't watching the finances of the company. We don't even know if the company actually exists. I'm telling you. And people need to look into that. Everybody that set up group or have groups to pay for, because Dayton Campbell a build up groups because I'm going to be leader next. So everybody who have group to pay for, is Lawrence where them go to, down a Rum, go get the money to go pay for the group. Everybody, host of people. Was Lawrence Rowe what was handing out the money. My man come from St. Mary, my man come from St. Anne, my man come from Montego Bay, my man come from this, my man. And a Lawrence Rowe go to the chief financial officer for re-rum to collect the money to go pay for the group. Yeah. Now after them fire Lawrence Rowe from re-rum, cause him not talk about Wembley, but we assuming that they fired him. They fired him. Then them hire him at party headquarters. Now who don't look into it and tell me if nothing to my virgin have a point? Seriously. Who don't do it? Who don't into them things? You check it out for me. Then fire him from one work and give him a bigger work. Because Rero was nothing more than him to have the money to give people to pay for groups. Then them fire him and give him a bigger, more important work at party headquarters. The most important work at party headquarters. Data management, numbers this, numbers that, all kind of things. Him have control of that after them fire him from Re-Rum, Re-Rise United Movement. We don't figure out what the Re mean yet. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. Fire him from one, hire him for the next one. Then Mark Golding wrote the letter. And we're re-examining the letter. Come to the conclusion that how much I ever, how many of you in life ever break up with your girlfriend and me I use girlfriend, me not use no boyfriend, a girlfriend me I use. Well, only can go out to the business for the like that. You break up with your girlfriend or you vex about something so you gonna break up. And you send her a long text message to say all the reasons why you're done. And then, immediately after you send the text message, you block her. You block her because you don't want to hear what she has to say again, right? So you block her. Now when we re-examine Mark Golding's letter, it's beginning to look like that. It was beginning, the formation letter was beginning to look like one of them things there. Yeah? We did this and I did this for you. Remember me to do that? And then because you gonna do that now, I change my mind about doing this. So that's the reason why I'm gonna take it back. It just seems that way there. But then, to add insult to injury, Mark Golding went on the stage at Central Kingston and proclaimed that Lawrence was not a real man. Now, me refer to some man as Mama Man. And I do so in a very affectionate way. It is very affectionate. My brother-in-law, my nephew-in-law, them Mama Man. Them cook, them hang out clothes, them take up clothes, them take up everything by the line. And them take up all of the panties, them belong to them, store them in one place. And them cook, and them clean, and them tidy up, and them wash plate, big man, them married men, professional men. I'm referring to them as mama, but affectionately. Because I like to see them doing those things. My son-in-law too, kind of that category. You know, like to cook, come in late at night, eat something, wash up the whole damn kitchen up, a pot and plate or whatever I'm seeing there. But when Mark referred to Lawrence was not a real man, what exactly when mean? When know about Lawrence Rowe, when I would say that Lawrence was not a real man? Is it when here, or is it when know that Lawrence Rowe is a half girl, half boy? What exactly mean that diss up the man publicly and hang the man, them assassinate him publicly, hang him, lynch him publicly, after them use him for how many years to do them dirty work? And suddenly he's not a real man. He is not a real man because him like boys. He is not a real man because his sexual orientation is going to define whether he's a real man, yes or no. But Steve McGregor, oh, real man come. Real man this, now we have a real man. This damn buffoon. Where only the PNP delegate go vote and get a Norman man the party. This man What you sell, you vote to. This man who that talk about time come and Mark Olin, next Prime Minister. Yeah, Mark G and G. Mark G and G. This man, who now make up excitement about, surrounding yourself with, and look for a little young youth, who the whole of them, out. The whole of them, out. The whole of them, him and Peter Bunting and Dayton Camden and all of the rest of them. And I tell him, say, him and a real man like him know something about him. And then, him says, Steve McGregor is a real man. And you know, my wandering cap went on and on and on. Do some digging. We're digging into Steve McGregor. And the digging, we're digging. So here's a real man. So here is Mr. Steve McGregor. I'm not a beef with you. Me, Karen, Cecilia. I don't have no beef with you. No beef I don't have with you. But now, you have moved from a senior, high-ranking police officer to a political neophyte. You have displayed, you have moved with all the discipline that you probably learned, all the moral high ground and that all those things that you probably learned in the force, and you left that in the force, and you walk into this mess, this nastiness. You walk into this cabal of men involving with them one another and playing it out in public and using the People's National Party as them ramping shop. You, Mr. McGregor, choose to walk into that. So having done that, I, Karen Cecilia, a citizen of this country, a lover of my country, and a supporter of the People's National Party, reserve the right to look into you and talk about you. Because the first argument you came up with was that Lawrence Rowe seat for you. You want to box? I mean, we're not promoting the violence, but box is never violence. Lawrence will hold the seat for you. And you heard Mark Gola talk about you're a real man. So by him saying that, he opened the door for me to look into whether you're a real man, yes or no. It is my obligation. It is my duty. It is my responsibility as a voting citizen on behalf of the people of Central Kingston. Since them now look, because it is easy to lie to them than to convince them that they are being fooled. So maybe look into you. I'm not going deep tonight on that, because we're not going deep tonight, not tonight. Some things I have to say. But by real man, Steve McGregor, Mark Golding, I suppose him leave himself open to all kind of things now, because him fall in that which he wanted. The real man who went through a very nasty divorce with his wife because he was having extramarital affairs. Nasty divorce. Very close friend of Angela Brownberg, Steve McGregor. Very close friend. And all that nasty divorce and all that it showed up and disclosed about this real man. So Mark is saying that a real man is a married man who have extramarital affairs. And just that part we're talking about tonight. Just that part. Now I'm going to the rest yet. Mark is saying that a real man is a man who went before God and took an oath to be faithful and true to one woman and had extramarital affairs, and he was a real man. But then again, why should we judge him? Because the founder of Rise United and leader number 2, Peter Bunting, he had the same thing. So Steve McGregor left him stellar public service career and joined the real man them. The men them. The man them who married several times, who would put woman on the side and impregnate people. The man them who are meddling all kind of different sexual trying out. And me, I am not against trying out sexual things. I am all in favor. I am fully on board with trying out sexual things. Fully on board. No boundaries. I have no boundaries in that. Try out anything. I'm willing to try anything once, maybe even twice. So, but when you want to lead the country, it becomes a problem. Because Bunting as leader number 2, we don't know yet what happened because the agencies them in this country seem to be covering him. Because I know we don't know what with him 10-year-old son, Mr. James, whoever Mr. James is. Because we don't know who Mr. James is. We don't know what happened. Except that him 10-year-old son was in the house and something go on and something go down and suddenly bam, we don't hear nothing. Nothing. So Steve McGregor, the real man, just joined the other so-called real man them. And that is it. That is that with that. I say I'm not going no further with you, Mr. Steve. What the thing say? Something like that with Steve? Well, you gave us permission to call you Steve. I don't like the first name thing, especially to people that I'm going to be talking about on social media. I prefer to be formal and respectful, but say what I have to do. But I use so we can call you Steve. I wish Justice Panton would tell me I can call him by his first name. Then I would stop calling him Justice Panton. But Steve, you're not off the hook. You're not going to get off the hook, Steve. You're not going to put on at the performance at Central Kingston, along with Imani and Charmian, and then come pretend like you're some kind of real man. You're a real man. You're not now, we don't know you're a real man. The whole heap of things have been brought to bear, a whole heap of things have been brought to the public sphere for quite a for the last couple of days, you know. A whole heap of things. There are insinuations that Mark Golding, oh, believe in Steve. Thank you, my darling. That is the slogan. Believe in Steve. Believe what? What should we believe, Steve? Tell me. What? What have you explained to the people of Central Kings, apart from that fool letter we have put out, to the people them who is easy to fool, but hard to convince them that they are being fooled? That letter we have put out, that can't be the believe in Steve. Believe in Steve for what? Steve was involved in AZ. Steve was doing that and Steve was doing this. In order for you to ask people to believe in Steve, you have to first come clean. One thing with politicians and the people of this country will find that out in no uncertain terms, should they vote for you guys, is that they will be sitting at the roadside and say, "Gee, no, you know, some never know that." A lie. Somebody says so? Who did say so? Jamaica 411? Yeah, Jamaica politics uncovered, and then Mr. Vega said about it too, about steady showed it, on it, and all the rest. So all them people that talk about it, don't come in over here, because you're fool. Because it's easy for them to fool you, and it's hard for you to accept that you are being fooled. That is why, and you will not have that excuse should you vote and go believe in Steve. And then one of the disadvantages of having a new candidate for less than a year, the disadvantages, is finding out more. But we're going to help you with that, Central Kingston voters. We're going to help you with that. And I can only hope that you know you are being fooled and you are willing to accept that you are being fooled. And then your common sense will do the rest. The people of Eastern Westmoreland, them know they are being fooled. Them know that this pedophile will not be able to do anything for them. The people of Eastern Westmoreland knows that they have to look into him, and them looking into him deep every day. Him go Northwest St. Anne, him mash it up, him left there now a mess, him left there under the cloud of suspicion, a place where him born, and him can't go back there, but him run down to Eastern Westmoreland. And the people of Eastern Westmoreland now understand that they are being fooled by this man. And they are willing to accept that they are being fooled. Them then a good majority of them then who me a PNP. And me a PNP. You need to think about that, you know. Because you don't know what that mean. You don't know what that mean. Me a PNP. Why me a PNP, you know? So what? So what? So nothing because you don't know what it means. So you believe that the only way to express that you're PNP is to vote for the dog, what them send down there. Is that what you mean? Because me not think you understand what it mean. Is that what you think it mean? Listen to me, voters. Me not disrespect you, know. Me are telling you how you behave over the last couple of decades. And me are telling you that this is a different kettle of fish. And me are telling you so you need to pay attention and understand. Believe in Steve. And give the pedophile who run well of his own constituency and community because of his affinity to underage picnic, and who want to give him a chance to send him back in the King Charles III Parliament. If he got turn Minister of Agriculture, if he got raise, go put tariff on things on the buy. Go cut down, go buy go buy onion. Him put tariff on it because the onion come from foreign. I mean, I wrote up him mouth today that day about onion, and I put out him false thing about James Robertson stuff. We're not going to talk about that tonight. But I see him. When you don't know, you just don't know. And Dayton Campbell is one of those guys who think that him slick. Him is the mouthpiece. And I told you from the beginning, we all did. All of us told you from the beginning that the downfall of Rise United, Dayton Campbell will be responsible for it. And he's on a roll. He will be responsible for the downfall, them crumbling, them collapsing and crumbling under the pressure. Because we see them, we know them, and we're helping the people to see them, to know them, and to understand them. So them crumbling and falling apart. And so, I love the name Sapphire. It's quite a pretty name. Sapphire. Senator Sapphire Longmore. Lovely, lovely name. Sapphire. It's jewelry. It's pretty. It's nice. Lovely name. I wouldn't change Karen Cecilia for any name, but Sapphire is lovely. But Sapphire is a lovely name. And the woman that wears that name is a lovely woman. Very lovely woman. So now my two favorite women in the parliament, apart from Lisa, don't get jealous, Lisa, Anna. You're still my number one girl. But my two favorite women in the parliament are Mrs. Mala Hufort and Sapphire Longmore. Now let me start back way with that. Because Dayton Campbell gave a speech down at Southwest St. Anne. And as usual, both him and Damian Crawford came out to attack Senator Sapphire Longmore. Now let me warn you, Dayton Campbell, you Dr. 14, you underprivileged little dog, let me warn you and tell you this, I want you to listen up. The next time you open your mouth and say nothing about Senator Sapphire, you're going to answer to me in no uncertain terms. You look a frill mouth boy. The next time you open your mouth and chat any crap about that beautiful woman, I'm going to knock you off of your keys and you're not going to know what hit you. Watch me and you. Open your mouth and call up woman name again. Let me hear you. You look a frill mouth, riff-raff boy. Huh? The doctor of psychiatry. And him talking all kind of things. And him say, come in a parliament and talk about people. You don't listen to him thing, you know. Him not say, should come in here and accuse Mark of being, what the word is again? Jesus, what the word he used? Let me see if I have it. Him not say she come at the parliament. Oh, capacity. Him say that she came in the parliament and questioning people's mental capacity. No, she never said that. She said no such thing. She never questioned people mental capacity. The people and the mental is him and Damian, and all of them had that. Because she never said that. She questioned the capacity of Mark Jefferson Golding, not people. The capacity of Mark Jefferson Golding, that's what she was talking, him she talking about. And Uno add the mental to it. And that says a lot. Thank God for that. That says a lot. Now, Sophia Longmore is a brilliant psychiatrist, and I look her up and talk to one or two people. Helps to do that. And she went into the parliament and she began part 2 of how the JLP is going to take down Mark Golding. Part 2. Part 1, in citizenship, in lie, in Britishship, all of that. Part 2 is capacity. But now we can say mental capacity, because Dayton and Damien and them say a mental capacity. She said she did not say that. She said capacity, but them add mental to it. So make we use it. Mental capacity. It's questioning him. And the goodly psychiatrist could only have done that for one reason only. Because the man is mentally incapable of leading a country. The man is out of touch, out of his depth, in frizzle, in frazzle, in mind space there. And she proved her case. She showed up. With him pocket, with him key in pocket, take off the chain around the black man's neck. Every time I see that, to take off the chain around the black man's neck with key in pocket. And I talk about, I'm my father's son. And you know, there's no need for me to give up my British citizenship. You not listen, Jamaica? Sophia said the man is not capable of leading this country. He makes bad decisions. And she never even go in at the beginning when he start make the bad decision. Bad decision number 1, him choose Dayton Campbell to be him General Secretary. Him choose him. Him never met the PMP NEC meeting, go and decide. Him come out, come say him want. The man have no capacity for leadership. The man is incapable of making good decisions. Bad decision number 2, him choose the witch, Angela Brownberg, to be chairman. Tell me, you know why we go further? No, come back. You know why we go further? Shall we talk about other things about that? Or them 2 there and the man with the chain on him there should be enough? Huh? And dead people to vote should be enough. And the little boy should be enough. And him the disregard in which he holds black people or black men like Nigel Clark, should that be enough? Or should we listen to the psychiatrist? May I listen to the psychiatrist? She went to good school. She's beautiful. She's a wonderful person. I love Sophia Longmore. I love Longford. But I seem to forget something else which I want to remind you all about. It was not Senator Sophia that decided that she was coming to Parliament and expose this British undercover agent as somebody who have no capacity to make good decisions for this country. No, it wasn't she. Not at all. No. Let me remind you, man. You must remember that it was the Honorable Justice Panton that went to Parliament and did a shrug him shoulder and did a shoulder move. And I gaslight the Parliament and I go with all kind of antics in Parliament, holy theatrics. It was him who asked the senator to look into the mental capabilities of these people. Would you forget? I just said it, huh? It was him. Okay, people. Michelle Solomon like the live, share the live, like the live. Whatever made him make that decision, she said, to do that, it causes me to question his capacity to make decision as a leader. Now, how many people would disagree with that? Whatever it is that made him put a chain on a man's neck, whatever it is that made him choose Dayton Campbell to be his general secretary, whatever it is that made him choose Angela Brownberg to lead him. Now, these are the two most hated politicians in Jamaica. Nobody don't like them. Nobody don't want them to see them face. Whatever it is that made him say that him win local government election when him lose, whatever it is that made him say him have a right to have him British citizenship and passport and use it, whatever it is that causes him to make that decision to do that, then she says it causes me to question his capacity to make decision as a leader. And that's what Sapphire said. So I'm not tell a lie upon Sapphire, you didn't Campbell. Open up your mouth and tell them more lie upon Sapphire. And Damian Crawford better stick to him voodoo foolishness about education, because him don't seem to have a clue about education in this country. And him seem to think that everybody need 18 CXC for education in this country, and him don't have a clue. And the first, we're not done with Sapphire yet. Justice Seymour Panton went to Parliament and he questioned the mental capacity and decision making of our parliamentarians. And he called upon the psychiatrist in the Parliament. He called upon her. He did. To examine some of them for her. And so, Sapphire thought that since the good justice asked her to look into that, she might as well start with the craziest of them all, Mark Jefferson, the leader of King Charles III opposition in the Parliament. And she decided she will start with him. Whatever it is, whatever made him make that decision to do all of that, it causes me to question his capacity to make decisions as a leader. Then she went on to say, my argument is the decision-making capacity of someone who already is established. I'm just saying what Sapphire said. Good night, Sapphire. I hope you're watching. How you doing, darling? Tell your husband not to be jealous. I'm cool. My argument is the decision making capacity of someone who already is established to have possible dual allegiance, who is not clearly committed to Jamaica. Now, if there's nothing else to question his mental capacity, may I have the mental to it now? That alone should be it. Because this is a man who believes that he has a right to have his British citizenship, and have the right to have his passport, and he have a right to do all of that and still want to be Prime Minister. Now that is enough to question the man's mental state. He actually believe it. Himself give up his citizenship. How many people say that? Has he done that really? My argument is the decision-making capacity of someone who already is established to have possible dual allegiance, who is not clearly not committed to Jamaica. Why do you want? Why do you want to determine that this man's mental state is in question? Deep, serious, deep question. What else do we want to make that? Huh? The man believe that he can be a British citizen and a British spy, and he can have a British passport, and he have a right to be Prime Minister of Jamaica with that, because with that, he can then go represent Britain and fool UNO to believe that he represent UNO, because it's not easy to be fooled. I know it's easy to be fooled. Look how people bring fool to join him. Look how much people he has successfully fooled to join him. Make them believe that he can give them some power which they seek. Look how much good people. I thought it was good people. People with sense. I thought people didn't have sense, but clearly some of them suffer from some kind of mental thing like him. Look how they confuse and fool to make them join him. To say, come support me, man. Me, I'm not cool. Me, I'm going to go with this. Me, we just want to win, man. We just want to win. Come, man. Everybody just get on board and get together because we want to win. What that mean? What does that mean? Huh? Sapphire. Man. Sapphire is my new girl. My new crush. Sapphire said, very simply, he already established that he possibly has dual allegiance. And he seemed to think that it's okay. And that alone should be cause for us to worry and wonder about his mental state. And then, Mark supporters, Dayton Campbell and them say, all of you will attack the leader and attack up things about the leader and the leader of defenders. The leader of some people here sit down on WhatsApp group chatting crap. None of them can either 7 or 11 except chat crap. But is them right to sit down and chat? I don't have a right to chat crap. Me go off all the time. I mean, me ranting. Nobody can stop me from rant. So can't stop me from sitting down and chat crap. Him defenders, Dayton and Damian. First of all, Dayton say, this woman, and him come with him face to this, like him want this up Sapphire. I want you to try that, you see you damn pedophile. Try that. Try that. And you see what God you serve. Try go after Sapphire. Go talk about how Andrew no gear no work and all of that. But she don't need no work. She's a psychiatrist. Do you know what she did for the country Friday? You don't understand that. That is service. You don't know nothing about service. That's a fire Longmore did. That is service. Service to a nation. Alert the Jamaican people. This man, not ready. Him not ready. You know, watch yourself what that chat tell you know. Watch yourself. That clip should be made into a public service video and send around the country. Be warned. Warning sign with Mark Golden face. Warning. This man not mentally equipped to lead this country. And point out all the reasons why. It should be. And then Dayton and Damien and them say, we not talk about the things of who the party leader of people for defending. When Dayton Campbell say should go in a parliament, go say a question people mental capacity. He can't say Mark Golden. He couldn't say Mark, he couldn't say my leader. He just say people. What I tell you say? That tell you that he might question Mark mental capacity too. If that tells you that he have serious questions about Mark mental capacity. And then him tell you say, they are going to defend Mark, but him chat a whole lot thing and still never defend Mark. Not why them do say Mark is cognitively okay. Not why them can say, nah man, the leader good. No, them say about defend him, but not ever defend him. Them trying to throw shades at the lovely Sapphire. And we're not going to have it. Dayton Campbell need to watch him mouth. Watch your prefer mouth before I plug it for you. And Damian Crawford, him could have skip and dance and jump for massa till him fool. Him not going to achieve what him setting out to achieve by skipping and dancing and jumping for massa. So Dayton Campbell say Mark have people defend him, but me not somebody out there defend him. Them are throw shades at Sapphire. Them trying to war with Sapphire. But them say them are defend Mark, but there's no defenders. Nobody that defending his mental capacity. Nobody. You know, an independent psychiatrist probably could, defend his mental capacity, because I'm going to say about mental capacity problem. She never said that. She's talking about his capacity. Now, Damian Crawford, I really have to say something to you tonight about how you view education in this country. And I've been saying it for a long time because you're out of touch. You don't understand this thing. You seem to believe that you're like a pipe dream and foolishness. Them. Mark said the world have a vision. Damon have a vision. Dr. Dawes have a vision. Everybody have a separate vision in there. A source of confusion that don't look like we have a cohesive, unified vision. That's all like everybody have their own vision. We don't go and keep on doing what they're doing. I went to market Friday. And let me pause. Sorry, Jesus. I went to market Friday. Because Saturday was my birthday. I went to cook soup and cook curry goat and drink something and go out with pure excitement. So I went to market on Friday. I want to thank you all very much for the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. All of you. All of you for the birthday wishes. It was great. And I went up to where the lady, the St. Andrew Skellion, my lady is. Is she and her sister and used to be her daughter. Them corner that whole front section there up at the top of the market. And when I was there, them looking about some sorry for me and the Skellion. I look at a fellow, no more than about probably 15 or so. Him wake up, crawl out of all the place, wake up. Wake up, I go to school. And I don't know if he's one of them son, clearly, and one of them nephew. I don't know which one. But them guided him as to when me to do now, can wake up late, go iron the uniform, then move one spot from round behind the Skellion, give him a whole space and keep him show him with the sheet then and he will get the iron and he will iron. But before him go around here, so him stand up right here, right beside me and she. And you know boys are. When you talk to them, you argue with them and say them a grumble. You have to ask them, you have to listen carefully because you don't know what they are saying. So while them talking to him about him getting ready for school, I put my arms around him. And I said, good morning to you, sir. How are you? And he said, fine. And I asked him, which school you go to? And tell me. So I said, so what do you want to be? What are you going to do after school? And without an itch, the young man said to me, he want to be a barber. You know, him come from a family of farmers and people who work hard and make their money. The young man said he want to be a barber. And I quickly supported him. I said, barbering is an excellent profession. And it looks like you would do good at it. Are you good at it? And he said, yes, he's good at it. And him auntie and his mother chime in right away. Yes, yes. Barbering a good business. Good a business. What about, you know? Good business. And I started whispering to him. My whispering to him was about, you know, the barbering, but make sure you the reading and the English and, you know, the science if you can, but barbering is good. Love the barbering. Then I asked him in front of his mother and aunt, so what you back up, just in case barbering no work out. You know what the boy said? The boy said, soldier, want to be a soldier, soldier. I never said that with the enthusiasm. Barbering was the enthusiasm, Damien Crawford. Barbering. Him come from a family of hustlers. Them have them grow scaling and sell scaling at town. Them have everything, every damn thing them have up there. And I feel them. Yeah? Barbering, they didn't want to a soldier if barbering no work out. Not the other way around. In clear in our head what he want to do. I didn't need 18 CXC for that. Then I whisper to it, then I ask them about CXC what they be doing. Them don't know. Then I whisper to him again. And I said to him, whispering, not letting them hear. You don't have to do a whole heap. If you can only manage 2, do 2. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing 7 and 8. Because the pick them we are past all 18, 19, 6. If you never know what that is, that shit must be easy. They can't let them the work, they can't be hard. But I said to him, don't let me push you. If it's only 2 you can manage, do 2. So Damian Crawford better understand this. That there are young people in this country who have talent and desires to build that talent and be productive member of society, and them not need 18 CXE. And you not understanding the people them, I talk about 3 meals a day. I talk about prisoners that eat 3 meals a day, and you want children to eat 3 meals a day. What's wrong with you? Which people in this country you know eat 3 meals a day? Them are 6 times for the day. What was wrong with you? What you trying to do? Outdo yourself or outdo everybody else? Our children here in Jamaica are some of the most healthy children in the world. Some of the healthiest children in the world are our Jamaican children. Brain-wise and physically, have you looked at them? Go on rural primary school, go look at country picnic. Rural primary school, deep rural. Look at them skin, look at them hair, look at their teeth, look at the strength of them body. Some of them healthiest pick them. I know this country. Yeah, blow trumpet about 3 meals a day like picnic staff. Stop it! Stop it, man. Nobody not starve. Nobody not starve them of the school feeding program. But generally speaking, there are some children who have to travel far to go to school, and the bus fare no enough, and the money not enough to cover the bus fare. They go and them get food at school to eat. Then they pick our Jamaican pick them 6, 7 times a day. Is the adults them that need a 3 meals a day thing? Maybe you need to come up with a plan for that. Because the children them fine. But that argument that you have up to suggest that our children are not eating is a negative vibe. And you need to stop it. Because think of something else new. You can't come talk about 3 meals a day. 3 meals a day for the prisoners as against 3 meals a day for the kids. The prisoners are guests of the Jamaican government. They are the government guests. They lock them up somewhere and say, gentlemen and ladies, stay here, sir. Because we think you're a threat to something. They have to feed them. Because them lock them up, they have to feed them 3 meals a day, they have to feed them. The responsibility of feeding our children now is ours. That is our responsibility. To feed them. Them come home from school, the dinner not ready yet, them buy more than cheese, them eating this, them eating that, them make sandwich, them have cheese, them into that, bread, biscuit, how we eat like our picking them. And they are healthy. They are by and large healthy children. Damian, you probably don't know this. But there was a time in this country where every pit you look at have rotten teeth. Wait, you see that in this country? No. Them healthy, them skin look healthy. Them hair look good, shine and pretty. Them strong. Them can go through rain and storm. And at sun and it do phase them. It phase we can't take sun because it's a natural born brown woman. Can't manage sun. But we still face it some days. You put down a pit them and talk about 3 meals a day like the pit them suffering and hungry. That's a bad look. And you need to come up with some better ideas. And I can talk about, you don't want to talk about the ideas because it go and make my teeth. Because you don't have no good ideas. And you sucking up to Mark Gold in them. So I'm saying to you, the Jamaican people, and I want you to listen to me. These are the people that are proposing to lead you. And many of you are thinking about it. When Andrew Holness became Prime Minister of this country, and every time I do a live, if I have a story to tell you, I will tell you. When Andrew Holness became not Prime Minister, Member of Parliament for West Central, St. Andrew. I started an organization called the New Alliance Development Enterprise. And we had a launch for the organization. And a whole bunch of people, top of our people was at the launch. Maxine and Wilson was a speaker. Ronnie Thwaites was a speaker. Mrs. Gludan was a speaker. And some whole bunch of people came. And Mr. Oldest came as our newly minted member of parliament. And he gave a speech tonight and spoke about him being our new member of parliament and how he intends to serve us. And he said, I don't remember nothing he said in that speech. Not a thing that he said in that speech that I can recall or tell you word for word, except this one thing. He said, I am happy to be a member of parliament. And he knew fully well that I knew then that a majority of the people in that room over by St. Mary's the Virgin Church, my church, didn't vote for him. A majority. Even though we had people from Marley, from Samarkand, from Waterhouse, from Batam Jewsland, from Overdose, from Balcom Drive, all the people. It's a launch of New Alliance. And he said that he wants us all to understand that he's a member of parliament of everybody. Everybody. I am not the member of parliament for some people and not the member of parliament of others. So you can always call on me. No matter which party you support, you can always call me. You can always come to me. I will always talk to you. And everybody took that literally. And he was always accessible to the constituency, and particularly to over this side, for a good while of it all. There wasn't a time at all when anybody from this side, because most people never vote for it from this side, could ever say, boy, I never know that man stay, you know. I never know that, in a negative way, I never know that him stay. But the other day, a young woman came to me about something, what she hear about that Mr. Holden is doing. And I said to her, go down to the office, ask for Miss Veronica, and tell her what you want to tell her, and she will carry the message for you, and I'm sure you'll get some help. This person is a PMP person. And she came back and she said, me never know I saw the man yesterday. And that wasn't in a bad way. That was in a good way. Me never know I saw the man yesterday. Now you, the Jamaican people, will not have that argument. You will not have that argument to tell yourself and to talk to with your friend. And your friend will come to them and sit down and talk about, we never know. We never know that some mark goal in the state. We never know that Dayton Campbell did say. We never know that they will do. You will not have that argument because we tell you. But Mark Twain summed it up quite well. It is easier to fool you than to convince you that you are being fooled. And that is what I want to leave you with tonight. That you need to think straight and think well and be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And when you go to vote, you make a wise choice. And every time I come on here, I will be talking to you about making that choice and how you go about voting. If you're going to vote for these guys to lead your country, a man with mental problems, and one with underage picnic problems, and one with him son and all kind of other people, and the nastiness in which they're involved in. And you have to make that decision. And you have to make that choice. It's your choice. It's your vote. And you have to decide. You are the deciders. What are you going to do? Are you going to go do some flimsy something because you think that you never get something, or something that's supposed to give it to you and you never get it? Are you going to go off the deep edge because, boy, if you get that, I'm never get that, so I'm going to try that, man. That's the mood you're in. If you're going to try people, you are going to try on some people. You are going to try on Bunting side chick down at South St. James. You are going to try on the pedophile in East and Westmoreland. You are going to try on Dr. Dawes who parachute him way into Southeast St. Catherine. You are going to try them on. You are going to try on Bunting who the people them out of Central Manchester run out. And him gone down now down at South Manchester, gone try. You don't want to try with him down there? You don't want to try them on? It's up to you. It's up to you. It's your vote. Do anything you want with your vote. But if you want to try them on, you will not have the argument to say, me never know. And me never did hear. I know. You will not have that argument to fall back on. So there you have it. Let's look at somebody response to the quarrel with me about sometime if I read and hear what to say and well, one person came on me with channel and said that I am old and ugly. Now, she tell me I'm old and I'm ugly. Now, of course, I laugh and then laugh because I mean, I'm a good-looking brown woman, and I don't know. I think I look pretty good for my age and all of that, but I enjoy it. But be kind, come on. I don't know if I'm good-looking and nice, so don't tell me that. I don't know I'm good-looking and nice. Anything else? But keep on saying what you said. Oh, you want now, man, to tell me what the money is? You're going to ask him? You need to go ask him. And yes, there, if your man, if she felt that she could show up at Central Kingston, come gloat and pile on and Lawrence Rowe, then clearly there is an argument to be made that maybe she get 15 million to win, no? Damien said that, but Damien said nothing about Mark. Damien him attempted to start go after Sapphire. Him and Dayton Campbell attempted to start going after Sapphire Senator Longmore. And they couldn't go no further. And they never mentioned Mark's name in none of their remarks. They never said Mark is not a madman. They never say you're wrong, you're out of order to come call a leader mental capacity to question. They didn't say none of that. They didn't defend him at all. They never said a thing to defend him. They tried going after Sapphire. So, but Damian Crawford is a mental case by himself. All by himself. He want power so bad. He want to be in parliament so bad that him sell him soul to the devil. Which is Mark Golding. And him no know. And him no know that Mark Golding is not going to live up to his expectations. And whatever it is that him was promised, I don't know. And him chat too much nonsense with you. Chat a whole heap of nonsense. Every time he open me mouth, a lot of nonsense come out of it. So, yeah. Oh. Alright. So, that's it. We can call it a night. So thank you all for joining me. And once again, I thank you for the birthday wish. I want to also say that I want to send out some condolences to the family of Comrade Harry Douglas, who left us, and Comrade Vin Edwards, who also left us, and just today, Comrade Phyllis Mitchell. Stalwart PMP comrades them. Maybe it's this whole situation that PMP kill off Phyllis and Harry. And watching all we are going under the PMP. Maybe that kill them because the people are supposed to live till 100. But maybe the PMP situation kill them. So once again, thank you all for the birthday wishes. And thank you all for joining me. God bless you all. Please continue to stay safe, everybody. And do keep the children safe. Bless you.